Julius Caesar, you know? No, man, Howard Shaw was about handling business, man. He understood the bigger picture, man. He sacrificed his whole life, all right, just so we can have opportunity to do this, to get back, all right, so everybody can get back to where they're supposed to be, man. In good standards with the Father, man.
That's why I say yourself likewise the same mindset.
Yeah.
Howard Shaw.
And that's, oh, go ahead, bro.
You gotta
That's the key example of a visionary. He focused on a bigger picture.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because to have that much power and hold back, that's the real power.
That's real masculinity.
That's the real masculinity. That's the real power. Because he got more. He got limitless power. He's unlimited.
Yep.
You know, like you said, you just take a loose on him. Jake get attacked, and he can go spin the block.
Yeah.
You know.
He bullshit all the time.
Niggas get, you know, one chopper, you know.
Yep.
And now this nigga
Rambo.
Napoleon. Yeah. This nigga Napoleon Bonaparte.
Yeah. He CJ Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah. Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah. This is Rebecca Ciroc 32. He that chasteneth his son shall have joy in him, and he shall rejoice of him among his acquaintance.
So, imagine, oh, hey, my bro, oh, he right, hey, El Kazak, you already know what it is, bro. You already know what time it is, bro. What? You know what time, you here now. You already know, we and him got a, so you know what I mean? But the point is, hey, can you read that again?
It says, he that loveth his son, he that chasteneth his son shall have a joy in him.
So, hey, and he that loved his son causes him off the field to ride, right? So just imagine a nation where Esau allows the woman to have custody of the child, and he never gets chastened by his dad.
He never gets corrected.
Terrible part.
And that's the Frankenstein.
Yeah, that's the YN.
That's the YN. That's America's monster. But now, we got to do something about these monsters. These criminals, we got to do something about them. Prison industrial complex, all right, police live shooters. But you created the monster.
You created the monster.
Because Esau goes to the scriptures, the book of Ezra, first Ezra in a Sirach, it tells you why make the king and the fatherless child alike. Why did it say fatherless child? What's undisciplined? So Esau know the effect of not having a father.
Right.
It makes you undisciplined because you've never been chastised. So if you don't fear nothing, so now you're 16, 17, walking with something called hubris. You're fearless. But now you're America's monster. You fell right into the trap.
Hey, that's Esau.
Yeah.
Esau without a father.
Easy prey.
You know what I mean? So you can feel the resemblance. You know what I'm saying? Because Lord dealt with this one.
The wicked are estranged from the womb.
There you go.
Estranged means you were deviant.
Uh-huh.
So you don't have the laws.
Yeah, like brute beast.
Yeah, so you're a brute beast. Like the Romans, when Edomites came into power through the Romans, they were behaving like fatherless kids. Just fucking and killing.
Barbarians.
Barbarians, man. You know?
That shit was ratchet. Like you go to those emperors, you know, especially starting with like from Tiberius on down to Nero, man. That shit was some real ratchet, you know, freaky.
Yeah.
You know, like that shit was some, them niggas that have like that baby daddy, like the Roman Caesar. Them niggas were having baby mamas and shit, like that shit was off. Like they'll just leave one wife, then marry another man's wife. Like that shit was like nigga culture. Like how everybody was fucking everybody and nigga culture. Like that's what was going on amongst the nobility of the Romans.
Like how you describe the NBA.
Yep.
Out of adultery.
Yep.
And that's how them Caesars was. There was like Julius Caesar was getting other dudes' wives and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
They show you in those shows like Spartacus, Gladiator.
Yeah.
They show you, you know, because the culture that niggas have really come from Esau.
Yep, low. What they call them,
Low culture.
yeah, low culture. Edomites
That's
came
in the
over.
scripture. So is the king and so is the people.
Yep.
Yeah, Sirach.
Because the low life Edomites came to the Americas and they had them starter kits, them Edomite starter kits. The brothels, the churches, the bars, the clubs. Say it again?
Church performing.
Yeah, but that too. But it was a low life starter kit in every major city.
They getting drunk and shit.
Yeah.
Sloppy drunk shit.
Yeah, so
White
Jake.
boy wasted.
So that too. But I believe Jake was leaving the South and getting turned out in the big cities.
Yeah.
You know, Jake was leaving that sharecropper Southern shit and up go to Chicago They become gamblers,
Yep.
drunkards,
Yep.
pimps,
And then when you had the
gangsters.
mob and
Yeah.
like the Italians.
The Italian mob
and
kicked
all
off
that,
of
yeah,
Chicago.
they come from Chicago.
And Jake rode that coattail.
Yeah, cause like they show you that in
Which Italian?
with Muddy Water. What was the movie? Cadillac Records. That was Muddy Water, Howlin' Wolf. All of them went up north.
It got turned out.
We got turned out.
Yep, got them processes and shit.
Yep.
And another example, was the movie X.
Yeah.
I get a lot of references from that movie. But Malcolm X was Spike Lee's character, right? That was somewhere in the East Coast. Was it Baltimore, Boston? But that was that big city shit they had going on, man. Yeah, pimping, gambling. But they got their freedom bikes. That's why they was dressed like they had that process. You know?
That's why the Apostle Bar, I remember him going into cities were really made for the women.
Yep.
You know, call it a mother city, metropolitan area. You know, the cities was really made for women.
Yep.
You know, convenience. Yep.
And the cities, because the words, in Hebrew, in real languages, things are personified.
That's right.
It's either a male or a female possession.
Yep.
And the city itself is personified as a woman. So that's why in every reference of a city, it's a female. Tyre, Zidon, Babylon, there's always references a female, a woman. But and like I said, the cities is real like a deviant place, man. You know, that's why Jerusalem was more agrarian. All right, but we can finish out the points, man. And after these good points, he dip off for El Kazatz.
All right, it says in Sirach 32, he that chasteneth his son shall have joy in him,
Yep.
and shall rejoice of him among his acquaintance.
Yep.
He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy.
So you can't, now we're not grieving the enemy.
Yeah.
Because Esau has systems set up to where you don't really have dominance or power over your son.
Or in time.
Or time. Because even if you, like, brothers are hard workers and shit.
That's it.
So, if you want to, you really can't deal with your little ones like that, man.
That's right, bro.
So, our kids, they born into institutions, man. They're institutionalized.
See, what we're doing now, on the spiritual side is grieving Esau.
Yep.
See, like on the flip side, the Lord has trained us up to grieve Esau. See, our father through Yahushua has trained up his sons. And this is the most grievous thing to the elites.
That's right.
This is the most grievous thing to the elites. Because they can't get around tie in. Going back to their Operation Lucas Blast, like they're obsessed with trying to get an alternate ending to this, but they can't. But the fact that we're just here on our feet, this is grievous to the devil, man. You know?
Right.
Yeah, precept. We got more.
A little more. And before his friends, he shall rejoice of him. You got it, man.
If I can say something, his friends, the Heavenly Father friends are the angels. The scripture say how, you know, the angels in heaven, you know, they rejoice over one member of the elect, they repent. But then you got the 144,000, then you got, you know, 1/3 in numerous multitude, you know, and the angels, they cheering us on, man, as we doing this, you know? You know what I'm saying?
And this Psalms 127, 3 and 4, it says, lo, children are an heritage of the Lord Yahweh, and the fruit of the womb is his reward. As arrows are in the hand of a mighty man, so are children of the youth.
That's why Esau targeted the children. You know, they remember going back, they had a song, "Children of the world and the future." You know, that's why Esau targeted the kids, man.
They say that the sons are like arrows, you know, the father's quiver. Because what do you do with arrows? You can project it. Because each generation is supposed to set it up for the next generation to go forward. So let's say you get to the end of your life, you know, what do? You set your child to project him further than you do. Like King Solomon, he forwarded the throne of King David. You see? And that's how it's supposed to be. So Yahushua, he's been set up to form the kingdom, all right, on earth. He set up the kingdom on earth like it is in heaven. You know? He's going to be an extension of the Father in earth. And Lord willing, we're going to be an extension of Yahushua. You know?
To show you Esau knows what taking your seed away from you is disarming you.
Yeah.
Because an arrow is a weapon.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, if I can get these men's sons away, and it's all about the men.
Yep.
It's all about the men.
Never hard
No.
consider the woman.
Yeah, because the woman easily manipulates.
She got a threat.
Yeah, the woman easily manipulates. Because the woman thinks she got it.
She got it. Yeah.
You see, all you gotta do is overhype the woman.
Yeah.
You know, like the woman, the woman, no power transferred from women.
Yeah.
Power transferred to men. When the Syrians went down and the Babylonians came into the power, there was the Babylonian men taking power from the Syrian men. Okay, when the Medo-Persian came in power, there was the Medo-Persian men taking power from the Babylonian men. When the Greeks came into power, it was the Greek men taking power from the Medo-Persian men. And when the Romans came in power, the Roman men taking power from the Greek men. So power is always transferred by men. It's never transferred through women. Okay?
That movie, my dad is good with the woman with me, what is called? Shit, it's something with Panther in there.
Black Panther.
Like a woman king.
Oh, Woman King? Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, the Woman King.
She led the plot.
Yeah,
with that, they got that one Eve up in there.
Yeah.
Even when T'Challa, so-called died, they set up the woman.
Yep.
Yeah, they set up the woman. Which, like I said, Esau known he take the sons away from the fathers. That's like taking bullets out of your gun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't got nothing to fight with.
Took all the power away.
You took the power. You taking the power away. You know.
I think he was talking about
Come on.
Yeah, we got into where I went in like the subscription.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm about to see.
Yeah, come. Should be good.
Bring it around. Yeah, what we were talking about earlier through the Spirit had us hold it, so we split off as a camp. How Esau was targeting the Israelite boys, man. And a brother made a beautiful point. This system produced Israelite men who self-doubt. This kingdom, it produced men who self-doubt. Now it produced women who feel like they are the fucking world. If you're a woman in this society, you might have the biggest ego on earth. But conversely, the Israelite boys self-doubts, man. But on top of that, your real enemy are Israelite boys, man. Going back to the Pharaoh in Egypt.
But it's the spirit, because brothers over there, they were talking about like when Esau infiltrated the households and they took the father away, they took the power away out the house.
That's right. And when a boy is raised around that feminine energy, he doesn't believe in himself, man. And a lot of times they compensate for that lack of masculinity for street shit. A lot of times that little hood bravado, it's you're compensating for that for feeling small. Deep down you feel powerless, so you put on that bravado, man. Because real masculine energy doesn't project like that. Real masculine energy is collected. You're somebody that's composed. All right, that's a masculine frame. So a lot of jakes, they be projecting different shit, man.
Victory formation. You look at the chain of command, Yahweh, Yahushua, man, woman, and children. So looking at how that wisdom is passed down, Esau took the man out of that kept the category. Yahweh Shema Shai is not just going to break this chain of command and just hold the wisdom into the woman and pass down to the child. So that wisdom ain't even getting in the household, period. And then on top of that, Esau put in all these different devices, these different aids and programs to back Eve having children when he knew they can't take care of. So it's just a whole household with no wisdom, no instruction, no nothing. They just do what I'm saying.
Yep, and Eve's house Eve's apartment, those voucher apartments, those voucher homes, those HUD homes, those are little laboratories that produces YNs, little Frankensteins, man. Eve's apartments are those welfare houses, all right, those HUD houses, those are little laboratories, man. That produces little Frankensteins, man. All right, it produces the little Keishas and Travantes. They clone Tyrone, man. You're manufacturing little monsters, man, little YNs that ultimately you're gonna tell to the world these are terrorists, these are criminals, and we gotta do something about them. It started with the Northern Kingdom, calling him an immigrant and an alien and a molester and a rapist. All right, but soon he's gonna go to the Southern Kingdom too, because he's doing it covertly. Soon it's gonna be overtly, man. All right. So you could go ahead, bro.
No, I just had the scripture lesson, brother, about it.
Okay, you can start with your build up.
All right, bro. Yeah, this is in the book of Exodus. Exodus chapter 1 and verse 8. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph, and he said unto his people, behold, the people of the sons of Israel are more and mightier than we.
They said the same thing when they outlawed slavery. Because when we started reproducing out of slavery, it was now a liability to Esau. Because now he had a nation of people within his kingdom that outnumbered him. All right?
Verse 10. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens, and they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses.
And today you can equate that to the prison industrial complex, because we're already aware of slavery, but this is more like a conversation like after slavery. They're more mightier than us. They're more dominant than us. All right, they have a God per se. So let us deal wisely with them. So part of that dealing wisely with us was spinning the narrative that we're criminals. They had to be back in slavery through the prison industrial complex. Then you're going to see that he did something called genocide through the eugenics movement, man. All right, go ahead.
And they're still doing it, you know. But it's in different forms, you can say.
That's right.
All right, now this verse 12. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. And they were grieved because of the sons of Israel. And the Egyptians made the sons of Israel to serve with rigor.
Yep.
And they made their lives bitter. The word bitter again.
Hey, because like America's Egypt, it started with actual agrarian slavery, and now it's more systemic. And then Jake is working paycheck to paycheck, man. Jake is literally a subject to debt, man. All right. So hey, going back to that whole called Mara. Hey, you heard that church? Going back to Mara, man, which means bitter, man. Yep. All right, America, man. All right.
But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew, and they were grieved because of the sons of Israel. Yep. And the Egyptians made the sons of Israel to serve with rigor, and they made their lives bitter with hard bondage. Yep. In mortar and in brick, and in all manner of service in the field. All their service wherein they made them serve was with rigor. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, and of which the name of the one was Shiphrah, and the name of the other Puah. And he said, when ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women and see them on the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him. You know, murder him.
And let's stop right there. Go ahead with that. Yeah.
We got a few of them. This is the first one here. It says in the U.S., black infants experience significantly higher mortality rates compared to white infants, with studies suggesting that black newborns cared by black physicians have a lower hospital death rate than those who are cared by white physicians.
Yep, get the other article. Yeah, you get that one, that first one. I'll get that first one.
It's the second one. It says black boys face a disproportionately higher mortality rate compared to their white counterparts,
Yep.
particularly due to homicide and other causes and significant disparities emerging in their mid-teens and continuing throughout adulthood. Between 2014 and 2020, mortality rates increased by 36.7% in black youth and 22.3% in Native American youth, while only increasing 4.7% in white youth.
The infant mortality.
God, infant mortality. Black infants are more likely to die than white infants with disparities seen in causes related to low birth weight and maternal complications.
So read that last verse again.
Can I make a point also about right? Not the verse. All right. This is Exodus chapter 1, verse 16. And he said, when you do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall murder him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live.
If it be a son, you shall murder him. That's a topic right there. If it be a son, you shall murder him. And now you understand that it's an attack on Israelite men in America. All right?
That's why it's an attack on our testosterone.
And this generation got the lowest testosterone. All right? What else? ADHD? What do you call it? Ritalin? And that's the beginning of your ass being a druggie when it comes to ADHD, man.
Autism. What the fuck is that?
Autism. And you know what the autism rate is versus what it was in the 80s? It skyrocketed. That's why damn near every other Israelite boy has autism, man. That's not a coincidence. All right? The most dangerous place to be besides the womb of a black woman is in America, man. If you're an Israelite in America, hey, the target is on your back, man. And the media is a weapon against the Israelite, man. All right, so from the time you were in your mother's womb, Esau the king of Babylon, Pharaoh, has been after you. The most dangerous place to be in America is the womb of a so-called black woman, man. Ever since your daddy shot at your mama, hey, it's been a target on your back, man. All right?
Yeah, and dealing with the topic of eugenics, basically that's any nation, in particular this self-proclaimed white man, because they doing it now. Like the elder was talking about, the Pharaoh of ancient Egypt, he did it back in the day. But today, in today's time, is this self-proclaimed white man. The Edomites, dealing with eugenics, you're saying that your race is basically superior than other races. And other races or nationalities, they should pretty much be destroyed in so many words. And we just read that in the book of Exodus, man. The sons of Israel are more mightier than we. Like hell nah, this can't be like we, like, in the ancient world, nations had what's called national pride. Even if they was a heathen, they had national pride. So them seeing us in the land of Ham, and we stronger than them, we better than them, more intelligent, look better than them, they wasn't having that, man. And that's why it was a campaign to pretty much destroy the sons of Israel. And like the elders getting into, the same thing is happening today, man.
That's why your child goes from baby formula to Pop-Tarts. So the Israelite boy, really all Israelites, they're under attack. You go from vaccines, baby,
The water in Jake neighborhood.
the water in Jake neighborhood, but that formula, which is poison. I'm not gonna play a single, Why is it serpent?
It's all good, bro.
2019 was different.
Hey, you wearing green, so she might take it easy.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got something.
All right.
It says autism diagnosed rates in the U.S. have risen significantly since 2000, while the with the CDC reporting that 1 in 36 children are diagnosed with autism, up from 1 in 150 in 2000, a roughly 317% increase.
There's a 317% increase when it comes to autism, man. Listen, come on, man. That's an attack. That's a biological attack on Israelites, man.
But can I say something?
Yep.
And you know, and I'm behind on the show. I should watch the show. Pretty much I started watching because of you, Priest Yash, and the Elder Times one. That show Bridgerton. But basically you had that one Jake, I think he's a Duke or something. I forget his name right now. But long story short, when he was, young, his father was pretty much like to hell with him because he saw he couldn't articulate words, You know what I'm saying? So he was like, man, get him out of my sight. He's a dummy. He's not gonna rise to royalty, basically. But all he had to do was work with him. You know what I'm saying? So the mother, you've been watching the show?
No,
Yeah, but I want to say it was his mom. She started working with him, and you see that basically that's all he needed. But with some encouragement, man. But in today's time, they automatically want to diagnose you with some, just because you're an Israelite, basically.
And it's poison, man. It's poison, and I'm telling you, man, that Edomite. This is weed. So, weed weapon. We all been there, but
Yeah. Curses, man.
it's curses. But the point is, man, the Edomite, man, he really get to move his muscle in them hospitals. Them Edomite doctors, not believe those Edomite prosecutors, even those Edomite defendants, man. They really get to move that shield behind those professions, man.
And to Lambassador Coin, it's a damn experiment because case in point, you got UMC, University of Mississippi Medical Center. Well, I had found out recently when they had the exhibit at the art museum. Long story short, they used to be an insane asylum, but basically, it's a university. So you got new nurses coming up in there. They really don't know what they're doing, bro. So they allowed to give particular care or certain treatments to people, but it's a part of their learning. But they fuck up,
And you know what? Like if you got free healthcare, right? Even if you do pay insurance, they have nurse students experimenting on you, man.
Yep.
Like if you because they got a lot of programs, right, where you could pay for your hospital visit through this program. Like the program will pay for it, all right. Like financial counseling was one of them. I don't know if it still exists, but the catch is nurse students are experimenting on you, man. Like I got circumcised in the truth, and I got it done through a program called financial counseling, but they never put me to sleep. They put the medicine in my ride, and I'm up here watching them pick on me, man. And some of the medicine didn't even kick in fully, so I'm feeling them nitpicking on my ride, man.
But imagine for the people they do put to sleep.
Yeah.
And it's just the Lambassador just one is dealing with the top you speaking about as far as the Hebrew boys. It's like sons. Esau Edom makes a diligent effort when a baby's born. I know for a fact at UMC, but damn near all these hospitals though, like they make sure that the father's out the room. They try to get the father, like get you distracted or something like that. So they'll isolate the mother and the baby, so you really don't know what's going on when it comes to them giving those particular shots.
And a dumb bitch, the nigga woman, she's so fucking gullible that she falls into their kindness.
Yep.
She falls for it. Like, he really care for you. Bitch, if you really care for me, you would care for us as a unit.
Yep.
Why do you care for me? If I was a woman, why do you care for me when I'm by myself? Why is it that you can't care for me, the man, and my child? Why is it that you only care for me when it's just me and a child? Then you care about me. But the man, let's get him out of here, man. You bitches are demonic, man. Y'all women are, hey, the so-called black woman, unlike the Hebrew Israelite women in the book of Exodus, y'all chopped on us in this kingdom, man.
Cause these women in the ancient world, they had honor.
And they refused to abort our babies.
Yeah.
But now, Keisha, her abortion games, this bitch might as well be play Call of Duty.
They had that religion when we don't good and some shit like that. There's a bunch of just wicked bitches that go in the circle talking about she got, I think Elder not the Zakba, I'm saying the name correctly. I South Carolina. I think one Eve said she had like 9 or 12 of them in a year. You like, God damn, man.
Hey, cause you know what? You Horilla, you Sexy Red, y'all are implants. Y'all are implants. That's why Horilla got a pyramid tattooed on one side of her right knee with the all-seeing eye. Esau used a so-called black woman to overthrow our nation, man.
Yeah, and these different entertainment chicks, they gonna have a horrible end in America, man.
And y'all was talking, y'all be bragging about them abortion clinic visits, man. Y'all are demons, man. Eve, the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American woman, but mainly Eve, you overthrew your nation. And Ephraim, y'all are enemies. That's why.
And the spirit too, you brought up Ephraim because there was an experiment in Puerto Rico where the women of Ephraim, tribe of Ephraim, so-called Boricua women, they were being sterilized. You know, they were being sterilized so they couldn't have babies, and now they get pregnant. And showing you Esau, Edom know who the tribes are, because that's the blessing of Ephraim. You know, like Ephraim, what does it mean? Aparium, I am fruitful. So you know, Esau, Edom wanted to stop them from repopulating, man.
Yep.
You know,
because on this side, it's like a liability if you have sons and daughters. But wait a minute, in the scriptures, that's your blessing.
it's a blessing.
It's the lowest level, whether you're a farmer or a carpenter. Your blessing is you see your grandkids, your grandsons and daughters. So why is it like, damn, I should have worn a condom. Well, then let's go get a plan B. You know what I mean? Esau got it to where it's like a bad thing to have sons and daughters. No, it's a bad thing in this kingdom to have sons and daughters. But the Most High got it set up. That's how you continue your nation. That's why weddings are so big in the East.
Yep.
That's why weddings are so big, man. All right, because you are continuing your legacy. And the wedding was really for that man. Really in Jerusalem in the Middle East, the wedding is really for the groom.
So joining the two kingdoms.
Yep, the joint. Hey, and then, hey, you maintaining your wealth, your name, what you got it, bro?
In Psalms chapter 127 verse 3, lo, children are an inheritance of the Lord, and the fruit of the womb is his reward.
The fruit of the womb is his reward, man. So that's your gift. I keep thinking about that sequel to the movie Avatar, where the Edomite jumped into Avatar's body. He actually dealt with Zoe Saldana's character, and he actually made babies. And he was on the planet Pandora. He was a father of about four different little ones, man.
You can tell those tears.
Yeah, those are little tear babies. But I saw it. It gave me insight on the scriptures, man. And it's, what is that black thing on that pole, man? No, that black. See, you go on the pole right here.
Yeah, that's new. That wasn't there.
Yeah, what's that black top, man? Yeah, no, but
at the very top.
It's cylinder.
Yeah.
But yeah, come. But the point is, man, that might be another time. But the point is, man, your happiness is supposed to come from the sons and daughters, man. Seeing little ones that look like you, run up to you, but now they get slaughtered, man.
It's an increasing of your estate. Because if I have a son, you have a daughter, you know, we come together and, you know, we talk, you know, we decide that, you know, we're gonna arrange marriage for our kids. You know, my son gonna spend a little time with me, learning how to run the kingdom. Then he gonna spend a little time with you, learning how to run the kingdom. Your daughter she gonna learn how to support in the kingdom. Then she gonna come over here. So it's an art behind to what art is not even really the right word. It's a holy understanding behind the ways of Yahweh Shema Shah and the way how he got things set out.
Well, it's an art too. You know what I'm saying? When you think about, you know, the way our people came up in their customs. You know what I'm saying? You know, you training up your son. You know, you got fathers training up their daughters. You know,
because this thing, I say this, high priest. There's what's called the manner of daughters, the manner of women. So there's a whole way to develop a woman up under other women. It's called the manner of women. All right? Go ahead, bro. And that's why in Isaiah, the 3rd chapter, I'm willing to get into. It goes into some of the customs that women had that Yahweh Bahashim Hawashah was going to take away. And women, if you go into some of those elements, Isaiah the 3rd chapter, if you go into some of those things that the Most High took from women, you go to the blood of the Bible, Israelite women had a certain chain They connected their feet together, so they was forced to walk with a certain etiquette. All right, standing with a book over their head, they came from Israelite women. All right, it was a whole, going back to art, it was a whole art to the raising of Israelite women. All right, even if you look back in the 20th century, 1930s, in the 1940s, 1950s, Hebrew women, Israelite women had a certain thing called elegance. If you notice now, so-called black women don't have elegance. They don't have class. They just got ass. They don't have class. All right? Class goes back to Israelite women. All right? Self-respect goes back to Israelite women. You have to remember that Edomite woman was what? A freak and a whore.
It still is.
It still is. So-called black women got that deviant mindset. Edomite women. Who was the first famous whore? Marilyn Monroe. In America, the first famous whore that historically, Marilyn Monroe. That was the first archetype of a whore that was celebrated. All right, go ahead. Yep, that's right. You can do the NLT.
This is Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 16 in the NLT. Yahweh Shema says, beautiful Zion is haughty, craning her elegant neck, flirting with her eyes, walking with dainty steps.
Yeah, flirting with her eyes, and that's the Hebrew Israelite woman trait in America, man. It's called wonton eyes in the King James Version, which basically means lack discipline. You're a weak bitch. That's a sign of being weak. When you with your man, you gotta look at different niggas. It's a sign of being weak, man. All right, go ahead, because the daughter is supposed to develop self-discipline. But the devil Esau will tell the Hebrew daughters it's okay to go off your impulses, man. That's a devil trait. That's an Edomite trait. Doest thou wilt for females, man. All right, go ahead.
Tinkling her ankle bracelets, so Yahweh Shema Shai will send scalps on her head.
Yup, baldness. That's why a brother could grow his hair out and it'll surpass Eve's hair in 2 years. In 2 years, our brother's wool will go longer than Eve's wool, man. All right?
So Yahweh Shema Shai will send scalps on her head, and Yahweh Shema Shai will make beautiful Zion bald.
Yep. Yep.
Verse 18, on that day of judgment, Yahweh Shema Shai will strip away everything that makes her beautiful. Ornaments, headbands, crescents, necklaces, earrings, bracelets, veils, scarves, ankle bracelet, sashes, perfumes, and charms, rings, jewels, party clothes, gowns, capes, and purses.
Hey, that's how you know back in Europe, like during the time during the French Empire, that's how you know those Israelite women. Like they had different garments for different times of the day.
They did, bro.
And it goes back to Israel, man. It goes back to Israel because even Jake during the Crusades, they went back to Jerusalem and got their culture and brought their culture back. And then in the first kingdom in Europe that embodied that culture was France. That's where class and etiquette came from, man. We weren't just in a tent being royal. We had tents, but we actually had kingdoms, man. All right, etiquette class came from Israel.
And that one movie, correct me if I'm wrong, but that one movie, Goodbye Uncle Tom, when you had that one guy that was, man, and it's been a while since I've seen the movie. The one guy that was in that particular slave master house, and he was looking at, Jake that was in slavery. Was he French?
That was observing everything?
Yeah, he was observing everything.
Bro, he was either French or Italian.
Because it was different to him.
He was upset.
Yeah, because you could tell, obviously he had to see some in Europe, he had to see us in a different light, as opposed to how he's seen us in America.
Have you seen, well, what about the movie Django Unchained? I saw it a million times. But the guy, Dr. The dentist was he was from France. Was he French?
He might have been by Salaki. I know he know, but I'm gonna get the answer.
Okay, come. we gotta talk about something else because I want to hold that conversation. But hey, because if you go into it, in Isaiah 3, it's like it's really talking about Israel personified as a woman, but the Most High actually took these things from women, man.
You said garments. It says mirrors, fine linen garments, head ornaments, and shawls. Instead of smelling sweet perfume, she would stink. She would wear a robe for a
He was German, right? I'm sorry. But if you remember the movie Django, because I bought the DVD and I just kept watching it, right? he saw how the Edomites in Mississippi was getting down. He lost his shit and shot him. He was like, I just couldn't take it. But he actually had, the reason why he had a respect for Django, because his perception of a Jake was different than their perception of a Jake in America, man. Okay? So going back, man, in Europe, they were more, they had more integrity. But then the Edomite, I think he quoted the Three Musketeers, the Edomite from Mississippi. And you know what the what the Germans said? The Three Musketeers were black. He said that in Europe because their perception of so-called black men in Europe was different from the American perception.
And if I could elaborate just to say one thing, bro, and you can see this in particular museum exhibits.
Either
and if it's still there, unless they took it down, but down in the Mississippi Museum of Art, they had on display, and I got to get the Jake name, but they show you there's a particular Moorish prince that was here in America. He wasn't out there with the other Jakes, so to speak. Like every Jake that came to America wasn't in slavery, man. You know?
That's right. Well, because it's been a while since I went into the book of Babylon and Timbuktu and other historical books. But Edomites used Israelite generals from Spain and Portugal to set up their armies in America. How did these Edomites develop armies in America? They used Jakes from Spain and Portugal because you had those Moorish empires in Spain and Portugal, and they used those generals to establish an army in America, man. So, and the first presidents in America were Jakes, man.
Yep. And I know Elder Bond can attest to this because he's been recently down in Mexico. When you go to Mexico and also Central America, case in point Guatemala, a lot of that colonial architecture, it actually go back to the Moors. You know, because one of the you know, those people that explain, you know, the exhibits, whatever, they told me that pretty much it goes back to Spain, you know, but it goes back to the Moors in particular.
And you said, but where is it now?
Now down in Mexico and in Central America, basically that colonial architecture, the Spanish architecture, it goes back to the Moors in Spain.
Hey, that's beautiful. And Kahalai how about Small Shai? Because one narrative is that they pushed it like a lot of Northern Kingdom are Edomites. Or if you're from Argentina and all that, but the most I got to set up to where they're Jakes anyway. Whether they're natives or they go back to the line goes back to Spaniards, then historically the Jakes a lot of them are Jakes, man.
Yeah, and everything goes back to us.
Yep, because a lot of Spaniards are dark, they got woolly hair. Yeah. A lot of French, they look like Edomites, they got woolly hair, they're a little darker than American Edomites.
And that's some hidden history too. Every person that came over here that was Spanish, they weren't all Edomites.
They weren't all Edomites.
You know, a lot of them were Jake, you know?
And then you got, see, Esau, the God of this world, part of the gift of being a God of this world, pursuant to Job 9:24, you control the frame of reference. So Jake has been detached from his history, so his frame of reference of himself is that of a Negro. I could be a basketball player, a rapper, a thug, or a worker. So you have no power, and that's part of the self-doubt, because you have no attachment that traces you back to the kings in Europe and ultimately to our father Abraham. Out of Abraham spun the kings of the earth, man. But when I say kings of the earth, the Israelite kings, because you had that chart, they were selling Amazon that traced the kings of Europe back to King David, to the house of David. Stop me if I'm fucking wrong, bro. You had that chart that traced the kings of Europe.
You got to find it.
To the house. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
I know something.
Yeah, King Arthur, King George, but because they lineage was traced back to the house of David. It was a chart that traced like the kings of Europe to the house of David, man. All right, go ahead.
This is Job 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is it?
That's why we know Lil Durk is a psyop. That white end, the white young nigga, street nigga, basketball player, actor, those are psyops. Especially the white end. It's a psyop. It's like wartime propaganda.
Yeah, that's the worst one, bro.
Yeah, it's wartime propaganda to tell the world this is the enemy. Yeah. Because now, if you tell the world this is the enemy, what are you gonna do? It's genocide. That's why he calls the northern kingdoms, particularly Issachar or Ephraim, immigrants, illegal aliens, rapists, mass murderers,
Accuser of our brethren.
Accuser of our brethren. It's wartime propaganda, specifically a psyop to persuade the world this is the enemy, we got to go to war against the enemy.
Yeah, to justify our destruction.
To justify our destruction.
Same thing y'all did, or Haman in particular. You know, what Haman did in the book of Esther?
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
same spirit, man.
Because your hatred towards the Jews. Now we know Haman went back to who? Haggai. Haman went back to who? Haggai. Haman pursuing the second Esdras. And we know Sakari was a sellout too, because Sakari said that the book of Esther, the book of Esther and Apocrypha wasn't legitimate. Did he not say that?
He said something along those lines. I'm still trying to figure out his argument, but it got to the point, man, we left it alone. He didn't make any sense, because all the book of Esther is historical facts.
Yeah.
It's just history.
But the reason why I say, I didn't see that video, if he said that, he set up. If he did say that, he was probably still set up. The point was, in the book of Esther, the reason why I said that, because in the continuation of Esther, it said that it said that Haman was a Macedon. Haman was a Macedon.
I'll get it for you, bro.
But it also tells you, okay, come. Haman was a Macedon.
Yeah, I got it.
But it also tells you that Haman goes back to Agag. Agag was a what? All right. So you got the Amalekites go right back to Haman. But it said Haman was a Macedon. But it tells you another.
All right, this is the rest of the books of Esther, which is in the Apocrypha. This is Esther chapter 16 and beginning at verse 10. For Haman, a Macedonian.
Haman, a Macedonian. Let's go to the book of Alexander. That's why you fuck niggas, you implant niggas. All right, you COINTELPRO niggas are set up to discredit the Bible. How the fuck you Israel? A lot of you niggas, y'all come into my y'all Hebrew Israelites, but then later on down in your little podcast, your little platforms, y'all all do the same thing. You discredit the Bible, cause y'all niggas are implants. It don't take a fucking Jesus to know that somebody that say they're a Hebrew Israelite, but in the same breath discredits the Bible, is an implant. You a fucking implant. You a sellout, or you either a sellout or an implant. Go ahead. We're gonna read this out first.
It's the first book of Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 1. And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian.
Wait a minute. Everybody know Alexander, the son of Philip, the Macedonian. But in the same breath in the book of Esther, the continuation, it said Haman, the Macedonian. So what does that motherfucker tell you? Let's do some ancestry.com right quick, man. All right. Alexander, the son of Philip, was a Macedonian. Haman was a motherfucking Macedonian. All right. Haman was the great grandson of who? Agag, the Amalekite. Wait a minute. Alexander is a motherfucking Amalekite.
There we go, bro.
But it's proven that Alexander really existed. Like, directors make movies about Alexander. You have libraries in Egypt called Alexander. All right? So wait a minute. The Grecian Empire, or these so-called white people, go back to who? The Amalekites. That's why they have you niggas discredit the Bible, man. The wicked watching over the righteous and seeking to slay him. You hide behind a title called the so-called white man. You are an Edomite. The first kingdom of the Edomites came back from who? The so-called Grecians, man. All right? And that's why the scripture says the wicked are estranged from the womb, because you go into the history of the Grecians, they were called the boy lovers, man. All right, go ahead.
And it's crazy because, you know, the empire of the Edomites, you know, going back to the Greeks, you know, it's no coincidence that, you know, it began with Amalek. It's starting with Amalek and it's going to end with Amalek.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. And Amalek, you're that moving enemy. See, these American Edomites, they just good old boys. And they could get away with it, they'll hang us. You know, they into shit like that. They got these little sundown towns. They was hanging us in the 20th century. They're hanging us now. But the person that's behind the media, the person that's behind the food industry, the so-called the DRUGS industry, the person that's behind all these industries, that's Amalek. That's Amalek. the wicked watching over the righteous, man. There's a war going on that he put up a wall to distract you from the war that's really going on behind the wall. The wall is the veil. The wall got you arguing about an NBA game, a football game, Kendrick Lamar and Drake, but behind that wall, it's a war. He cooking up more ideas how to destroy the house of David. Come on, man.
And it's Amalek that's really dealing with them high-level spirits on the left-hand side, man. You know? But at the same time, hey, we got power, you know? So that's what they worry about, but you can't stop it. You know, the brother, you know, Priest Yashmael talking about Project Looking Glass, you can't stop it. You can't break the prophecy. You a part of the prophecy. You can't stop it.
And we know what you're about to do. You about to start swinging.
Yep.
We are coming into Revelation 12. He about to directly go to war with them that keep his commandments. And part of that war is going to be wartime propaganda. We're the bad guys. So be ready to get persecuted. They're going to put your worst pictures as a mugshot up, man. Their license plate, their driver license picture that you don't like, they're going to put that shit up.
Yeah.
And they're going to put all type of slanders behind your name, man. Why? Because it's time to go to war with the saints, man.
And you know what? Whether you do what we do or you just know you're an Israelite, you got to fully embrace it. Whether you got Hebrew Israelites plastered on the back of your truck, or whether you in Walmart wearing your fringes and border blue, either way, you got to embrace it. Hey, you got a YouTube page. You may not put videos up, but you watch our videos. Hey, we all about to get persecuted, but especially those of us that's doing this, man. So like the Apostle Gabar always say, know what you're involved in. Yep. You know, but you want me to keep reading this?
Yeah, sure.
All right, this is back in the rest of the books of Esther, chapter 16 and verse 10 again. For Haman, a Macedonian, the son of Amadatha, being indeed a stranger from the Persian blood and far distant from our goodness, and as a stranger received of us, had so far forth obtained the favor that we show toward every nation, is that he was called our father.
Hey, and another excellent point too, historical, right? It was the Persian Empire that was in power. Haman, the Macedonians were a vassal state to the Persians. They were acting as a vassal state. So basically, what they was doing, they was pulling the Yaiqab on the Persians. They were waiting to overthrow them. And that's how we have reason to believe that the serpent during the kingdom of Adam was like a vessel to Adam. He was like his right hand wisdom man. But the nature of the serpent, which is the Edomite, was I'm gonna sit here under you and really wait to overthrow you. I'm gonna whisper in your woman's ear advice that's gonna overthrow your kingdom. That's what this man was doing. All right, he was acting as a serpent. Haman could have been a serpent, man. Going back to the garden. You know, the hell that anger, that hatred, that single eye towards the overthrow, man.
Yeah, because going back to the garden, the serpent, which we know is an actual man, yeah. You know, but he had the spirit of Esau. He had to been somebody close to Adam, you know, yep. Like some type of, you know, just some type of counselor or, yeah. You know, advisor. Because how can he get that close to Eve?
Because, you know, we've seen it historically. When you have a certain king in power, right, you can't get directly to that king.
Right.
But your goal is to overthrow that king. What you do, you pillow talk with his wife. You might be sleeping with his wife, but you pillow talking in her ear to get him to make these decisions that's gonna cause the overthrow so you can replace him. Yeah. All right, we've seen that with the oh man, I'm bad when I gotta get my name game up. But hey, the king back in the it's the early of 1900s, where the whole family got assassinated in Russia.
What is the czars?
The czars of Russia. I think it was like the late 1800s, the early 1900s, but his whole family got assassinated. But you know one of the things that caused the assassination? They had this weird-ass sorcerer that came from Siberia. I think he came from Siberia. And he came to the kingdom, and he was like a medicine man. And he made his way into the kingdom, but really he envied the Tsar of Russia's position. And he got to the Tsar through bad counsel through his wife. So that's how we know, that's how I believe the serpent, he envied Adam, but really he was putting his counsel to Eve because he had an ulterior motive to overthrow Adam. He knew that counsel was going to overthrow Adam. What else would he tell him? What's the purpose of telling him? He envied the king because it tells you that in Apocrypha, in Sirach, I'm sorry, Second Esdras, the Most High put Adam as the king of the earth. So the serpent, it tells you that he was more subtle than any creature, right? But what did it say about heaven?
And you know, and you think about it too. Well, so like, going back to the rest of the book of Esther, the rest of the books of Esther, chapter 16 and verse 11, has so far forth obtained the favor that we showed toward every nation, as that he was called our father and was continually honored of all men, as the next person unto the king.
The next person unto the king.
Wow, there we go.
So that goes back to the serpent and Adam. But we know the nature of the serpent, and that's an Edomite, bro. They'll be right up under the king as that wise counselor. But your ulterior motive, and that's why I said he's speaking sweetly with his lips. All right? But in this case, speaking sweetly was giving up, he was like a wise, trusted counselor to the king, but you had an ulterior motive to overthrow him. And what happened right after the Persian Empire? Came the Grecian Empire. After the Persian Empire, came the kingdom of the Macedonians. And that's why if you go on Google right now, you can't hardly find shit on the Macedonian Empire. You can't hardly find shit.
They want to hide them being Edomites, but we know that they're Edomites, but they want to hide that, man. You know, and then going back to the garden, you know we have spiritual speculation, but to quote the Elder Yashwamba, you read Genesis the 3rd chapter, it's very abridged. You know, it just gets to the point, but it doesn't tell you how long the serpent was in Eve's ear. You know, it could have been a very long time, so eventually she broke.
And then, because I see examples that remind me of the garden. I see the example with Haman, all right? But I saw like the documentary, going back to one of the czars in Russia. That took years. Even the movie 300, all right? When Leonidas was fighting in battles, his wife was still there. And you had that man that envied Leonidas. Yeah, he was in her ear, you know? So we know it's that same trait coming back into different kingdoms, man. Go ahead, bro.
I want to ask, wasn't it I'm gonna get his name wrong, Doug the Edomite that snitched on King David?
Doeg.
Doeg.
But you know, he was a Syrian. Yeah, he was a Syrian.
Yeah, but it's that same as envy. But the point is, man, going back, this thinking to you, boy. All right, and you moving in this earth under the guise of a so-called white man. Now, according to Revelation 20, what is your epithet? The old serpent. The old serpent going back to the garden.
Showing you that he can't change his nature. But that nature's still there.
The nature is still there.
You know, and if you Jakes, man, you can't make this up, bro, because you had mentioned the other one that talked about freestyle. Now, you can't make this up. Like you got these ninjas, man. A nigga hopping out the ground like Thriller, hopping out the trees to say this fucking Edomite, man. But just wait till they turn on your ass, man. It's a whole bunch of videos now. Like, but you should just show we in the generation when the Lord gonna bring the judgment. Because here it is, Esau Edom has done all this evil, but there's still some of our people that want to save them. Oh, you can't leave Eve out, because videos of them too trying to say this damn Edomite.
But you know what? Y'all don't know the nature of your oppressor. Y'all don't know the nature of the oppressor, man. You got neo-Nazi groups popping up on J communities. All right, we got KKK, and that's just in America, man. Hey, man. Hey, these elites, man, they finna sick something on you, boy. Yep, go ahead, bro.
That just said, like, that just shows, like, really, people that say they know the scriptures, they don't. Because you go into Genesis, it tells you that Esau was blessed with the sword, the fatness of the earth. You know, the sword was given to take big piece out of the earth. Then you go into where it says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So Juan just got there talking about Alexander. All right, every time you see Esau in rulership, it has been nothing but a spread of wickedness amongst the earth.
Well, they don't know the Bible because their slave master, taught them the Bible. So Esau gave you the Bible, but he read it too. He read the Bible too. And you think the so-called white man is the guy in the Bible. That's why Eve, that's why She blonde. She dyes her hair blonde, blue contacts. She's like a pit bull towards Jake. She's the Sambo. The real Sambo is Eve.
Man, I've been seeing a lot of what they call interracial couples. I've been seeing a lot of Eve with these fucking crackers lately, man. Hey, but you know what? They gonna turn up. They gonna turn. Wait, just wait and see. Yeah. Hey, them Edomites that y'all love was what the elder bishop Tazai once say. Your boyfriend, the white man, he gonna be responsible for lynching you.
Hey,
you know?
Because you think, okay, he's a man just like Jacob is a man. Esau would eat your ass. Yeah. Esau would kill you.
It's gonna be dirty.
Esau, hey man, Esau is a whole animal, but Esau got this trait, right? Where he could put on a face of friendliness, and it'll de-arm you. But then he'll attack you, man. Esau flip on you, man.
You got that one rapper chick Eve. She married to like what was it, like a billionaire Edomite or something like that. You know, you see a picture of her at the Christmas parties. What you think they gonna do with her black ass?
They gonna sacrifice her and roast her. She gonna be the rotisserie. And I'm not even being facetious.
But for real, that's how they get down.
You don't know that they chop a damn Edomite, man. They'll sacrifice your ass, and you'll be the damn oven roast of the night, man. Real shit, cause they don't. Esau is not human, but ironically, he does not perceive you as human. Never be around a human that does not perceive you as human, man.
He looks at your ass as cattle.
He looks at your ass as cattle, like another species. Especially in them hospitals, man. He looks at you as subhuman. And if he looks at you as subhuman, he won't be remorseful about unaliving you. Because if you are the 12 tribes, so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, he don't perceive you as human, man. But you gonna find out.
And all y'all that want to, like the coin said, you want to go off to Esau, you know, and buck up against the men, y'all about Shema Shah, Esau gonna have y'all as tartar, just like this thing. So that shit, all that shit that we get that you say now, and you try to buck up against the word, just stand on that shit and then take time to come.
You got any points?
Yeah, I had something. All right, this is it's Revelation chapter 2 and verse 13. I know thy works and where thou dwellest, even where Satan's seat is, and thou holdest fast my name and hast not denied my faith, even in those days wherein Antipas was my faithful martyr, who was slain among you, where Satan dwelleth. But the actual scripture I had wanted basically it speaks about those you who have not known the you know what, slot. I know where it is. Here we go. But to mention Antipas, he was actually you know, burned alive in a brazen bull, man. You know, so you know, a topic as of late has been how certain brothers of the elect, you know, may be martyrs for the word, man. You know, but it's happened before. You know, we'll be all right. Revelation chapter 2, verse 24. But unto you I say, and unto the rest in Thyatira, as many as have not this doctrine, this one doctrine, and which have not known the depths of Satan, as they speak, I'll put upon you none of the burden.
Hey, that's pretty much the point, man. All right.
But now, like, y'all don't realize how far the Edomite is willing to go. You know, they have nothing that's restricting them. The scriptures say that their spirit is not upright, man. And then, you know, when the elder spoke about that, the nature of the Edomite, ain't nothing right in him. Jake drove by and honked his horn, man. You know, so the Lord is gonna unleash them. You know, so for you Israelite men and women that want to hop out the trees, come from under the ground like the Thriller video, and you want to say this fucking cracker, hey, well, we gonna see how it turned out, man. It ain't gonna be pretty, man.
Yep. But you see, you niggas that got Stockholm syndrome, and you're homeborn servants. So you was born and raised to be attached to your damn master, to them oppressor. So it's gonna shock you that your parent is about to turn on you, man. Edomite man is like your parent to a lot of you Israelites. That's why you want to look like him, you want to act like him, you want to talk like him, especially you so-called black and Hispanic women, man. You really cleave to him, man, and you depend on him and you trust him, and you betrayed your man for him, but you don't understand the whole time this man sees you like a Kobe cow. I'm gonna groom your ass and turn on you, man. He looks at you like a cow, man. The Edomite man, he looks at the 12 tribes like they're subhuman. And now he's about to flip on you. And it's gonna go over your little gullible head. All right? That's why the scripture says, never trust thy enemy, man. All right? Like I said, the Edomite is about to turn on you. And you got the American Edomites, but then you got the foreign Edomites. Then you, like you always get into, you got Edomite's technology, his AI, which is a very sophisticated sword. And what you're going to experience is a man who has negative 1,000 ethics, man. He has no morals towards your demise. So it's going to be a very grim slaughter on the 12 tribes, man. But just to recap, he's been covertly attacking us through the food, through the chemtrails, through the psyops called like BET, so-called black entertainment, through the abortion clinic, through the music.
Oh yeah, and when you speak about that we talking about the hospitals, how they be giving the babies the you know, them different shots, and you know, and Israelites are known for taking those V's or whatever, but the V word, it goes back to cow. It goes back to cattle. You know, it's showing you like they look at our people like beasts, man. So they're not gonna have a problem slaying you, man.
And be mindful of Edomites you work around too, man. Just be mindful of Edomites because they all got this trait, man. All right, but that's pretty much the point. I hope you brothers and sisters are edified. Is the East right in front of us?
Yeah, right in front. Yep.
Once again, we want to give all honor and glory to
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem HaKadosh.
I want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone well, as well as peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. Abba.
Come Shalom.
Anybody got a go-to spot for the night?